Lawyers of BNP and Jamaat conclude hearing on an appeal to reinstate the caretaker government system. Jamaat Islami demands to hold referendum before general election, if not possible in November, says Hamidur Rahman Azad. NCP to announce candidates for the upcoming general election by 15th November, says Nahid Islam. Information and Broadcasting Advisor urges July warriors and martyr families to integrate themselves with media ecosystem. Zohran Mamdani elected as first Muslim and youngest ever mayor of New York City. And West Indies get victory over New Zealand in T20 cricket after 19 years. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Tasnimah Tasneem, welcoming you to News at 10. You just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details. The investigation committee has submitted the probe report on the aircraft incident at Milestone School and College in Uttara, Dhaka to Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus. The head of the investigation committee, Principal Staff Officer of the Armed Forces Division, Lieutenant General S.M. Kamrul Hassan, submitted the report to the Chief Advisor at the State Guest House, Jamuna, today. Later, while briefing journalists at the Foreign Service Academy, Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shofiqul Alam said the report cited pilot error during takeoff as the reason for the accident. He said the committee has made 33 recommendations. He also informed that in the public interest, all initial trainings of the Bangladesh Air Force will be held outside of Dhaka city.
মূল যেটা ফাইন্ডিংস ছিল সেটা প্রতিবেদনের বলা হয়েছে যে পাইলটের উড্ডয়নের ত্রুটির জন্য এই দুর্ঘটনা ঘটেছে। ট্রেনিং এর সময় উনি যখন ফ্লাই করছিলেন পরিস্থিতি পরিচালিত হবে। আর একটা ফাইন্ডিংস ছিল যে এই স্কুলটা রাজুকের যে বিএনবিসি যেটা বাংলাদেশ ন্যাশনাল বিল্ডিং কোড সেটার আওতায় রাজুক তার বিল্ডিং এর অ্যাপ্রুভাল দেয়, এটা বিএনবিসির আওতায় এই বিল্ডিংটার অ্যাপ্রুভাল হয়নি এবং এই বিল্ডিংটার এই জায়গাটায় যেই জায়গাটায় তার বিল্ডিংটা মিনিমাম 3টা সিঁড়ি থাকার কথা ছিল সেখানে সিঁড়ি ছিল মাত্র একটা মাঝ বরাবর, ফলে যদি আরো 3টা তার যদি 3 সেট অফ স্টেয়ারকেস থাকতো তাহলে এক্সপার্ট কমিটি তদন্ত কমিটি হলো তাহলে ক্যাজুয়ালিটির সংখ্যা আরো অনেক কম হতো। আর একটা বড় রিকমেন্ডেশন হচ্ছে যে আমাদের যে এয়ার স্ট্রিপগুলো বিশেষ করে বরিশাল এবং বগুড়ার যেটা রানওয়ে আছে সেটাকে যাতে আরো সম্প্রসারিত করা হয় এই মিটিংয়ে সেটা নির্দেশ দেওয়া হয়। আওয়ামী লীগের অ্যাক্টিভিটিস ব্যান বাংলাদেশে এই ব্যানকে ডিফাই করে সভা সমিতি করতে যাবেন, ঝটিকা মিছিল করতে যাবেন, যাই করতে যাবেন সেই ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের আইনের ফুল ফোর্স অফ দ্য ল অ্যাপ্লাই হবে।
Waterlogging in Chittagong City has been resolved by 75%. The work on 4 major projects undertaken to resolve waterlogging has been completed by 88%. This information was disclosed during a discussion on the progress of the Chittagong Metropolitan City Waterlogging Mitigation Project at the State Guest House Jamuna today, chaired by Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus. At the meeting, Chittagong Divisional Commissioner Dr. Mohammad Ziauddin presented the progress of the projects undertaken to resolve waterlogging in Chittagong. It was informed at the meeting that in 2023, there would be 8 to 9 hours of waterlogging at 113 spots. This reduced to 2 or 2 to 4 hours at 21 spots in 2025. The meeting was informed that the number of these spots will be reduced to 10 spots next year. In addition, the meeting expressed hope that waterlogging in Chittagong Metropolitan City will be brought to a completely tolerable level by 2027. The meeting discussed the obstacles to waterlogging in Chittagong City. Waste management is identified as the main obstacle. The meeting asked for steps to be taken on how to remove waste and keep rivers and canals flowing. At the meeting, the chief advisor said, with the progress made this year in resolving waterlogging, the government's first phase has been completed and the second phase will be started. He emphasized the importance of developing an ecosystem for waste management in Chittagong. Advisor Fozul Kobir Khan, Adilur Rahman Khan, Farooq Azam, Chairman of the Chittagong Port Development Authority, Chairman of the Chittagong Metropolitan Development Authority, Chief Executive Officer of the Chittagong City Corporation, and representatives of civil society were present at the meeting. Chief Advisor's Deputy Press Secretary Azad Mojumdar disclosed this during a briefing to the journalists at the Foreign Service Academy in the capital this afternoon.
চট্টগ্রাম মহানগরের জলাবদ্ধতা ইতিমধ্যেই 75% নিরসন করা সম্ভব হয়েছে। আজকে যে প্রেজেন্টেশনটা দেওয়া হয় সেখানে একটা জিনিস বলা হয়েছে যে চট্টগ্রাম মহানগর 2023 সালে 113টা স্পটে 8 থেকে 9 ঘন্টা জলাবদ্ধতা ছিল। এটা 2025 সালে এসে কমে 21টি স্পটে 2 থেকে 4 ঘন্টা জলাবদ্ধতার মধ্যে সীমাবদ্ধ ছিল। আগামী বছর এই স্পটের সংখ্যা জলাবদ্ধতা যেসব জায়গায় জলাবদ্ধতা হয় সেরকম স্পটের সংখ্যা 10টি স্পটে সীমিত হবে বলে সবাই জানানো হয় এবং 2027 সালে চট্টগ্রাম মহানগরের জলাবদ্ধতা পুরোপুরি সহনীয় মাত্রায় নিরসনে নিয়ে আসার একটা আশাবাদ ব্যক্ত করা হয়।
Ireland has expressed its willingness to share experience and expertise in police reform to support Bangladesh's ongoing efforts to strengthen accountable and rights-based governance following the July 2024 mass uprising. Non-resident Ambassador of Ireland to Bangladesh, Kevin Kelly, and Baroness Nuala Olun, the first police ombudsman in Northern Ireland, made the proposal as they called on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus in State Guest House Jamuna today. Baroness Olun, who is on a 2-day visit to Bangladesh, served as Northern Ireland's police ombudsman for 7 years following the 1998 Good Friday Agreement, which marked the end of a prolonged period of conflict in the country. Chief Advisor Professor Yunus warmly welcomed Ireland's initiative and expressed appreciation for the country's continued engagement in supporting Bangladesh's reform and transition processes. The Chief Advisor also sought the cooperation of Ambassador Kelly, who is based in New Delhi, in addressing the spread of disinformation ahead of Bangladesh's forthcoming national election in February 2026. Ambassador Kelly reaffirmed Ireland's commitment to deepening its partnership with Bangladesh, noting that both nations share a strong commitment to peace, justice, and democratic values. Baroness Olun was accompanied by Fionnuala Gilsesnan, Director of the Peace and Stability Unit at Ireland's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. The British High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Sarah Cook, was also present during the meeting. The International Crimes Tribunal has completed the 17th day of testimony in the case filed over the killing of 7 people, including the burning of 6 bodies in Ashulia, Savar during the July mass uprising. The next hearing is scheduled on November 12th. The 3-member judicial panel of Tribunal 2, led by Justice Nozrul Islam Chaudhry, issued the order after completing the testimony and cross-examination today. On this day, the tribunal recorded the deposition of Shahriar Hussain, a student and the 22nd witness in the case. Later, he was cross-examined by the defense lawyers. Earlier, during 16 previous hearings, the tribunal recorded testimonies from 21 witnesses. The trial officially began on August 21st as ordered by the International Crimes Tribunal. The case involves 16 accused, of whom 8 have been arrested. Meanwhile, Sheikh Afzalul Haq has turned state witness in the case. The 8 detained accused were produced before the tribunal this morning. The 8th day of the hearing of the appeal to reinstate the caretaker government system has concluded. In the morning session, BNP's lawyers completed their second and final round of arguments, while in the afternoon, Attorney General Muhammad Asaduzzaman presented the state statement. The Attorney General is scheduled to continue his presentation tomorrow. The hearing took place before a 7-member full appellate bench headed by Chief Justice Dr. Said Rifat Ahmed. Following the morning session, Barrister Ruhul Quddus Kajol, counsel for the petitioner and BNP Secretary General, briefed the media. He expressed hope that the court will recognize the inconsistencies in Justice ABM Khairul Haq's verdict on the caretaker government issue. If accepted, he said, the controversial verdict would be annulled and the caretaker government system could be reinstated. After the day's proceedings, Attorney General Muhammad Asaduzzaman told reporters that Justice Khairul Haq's verdict on caretaker government abolition was politically motivated and intended to benefit a particular political party. He added that while people could vote freely under the caretaker government system, the abolition of the system had deprived citizens of their right to vote independently. He further stated that this verdict should not remain in force. Newly appointed ambassador of France to Bangladesh, Jean-Marc Charlotte, presented his credentials to President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Bongo Bhavan today. The president welcomed the new envoy and hoped that the relation between the two countries in various fields, including trade, investment, and education, would be strengthened in the days to come. The French envoy said that he would work to strengthen bilateral relations and sought the president's cooperation in discharging duties. Secretaries concerned were present. Bangladesh alone exports as many ready-made garments to the European Union countries as India, Pakistan, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Morocco combined, with a growth rate exceeding 13%, according to a recent analysis by Eurostat. From January to August this year, the EU imported nearly $60 billion worth of apparel from global markets. Of this, Bangladesh holds a 22.5% share, ranking second among all exporting nations. Exporters say that the opportunity created by U.S. tariff policies should be utilized to further strengthen Bangladesh's apparel exports. Analysts note that Bangladesh has achieved its current position through competitive performance in the global apparel market, and maintaining this momentum is crucial. They also stress the importance of diversifying markets to reduce dependence on a single region. Jamaat-e-Islami Bangladesh has demanded holding a referendum before the next general election. If it is not possible to arrange, then in November. The party has also called for issuing a direct order regarding the July Charter instead of an official proclamation as early as possible. Assistant Secretary General Hamidur Rahman Azad stated this after a meeting with Chief Election Commissioner CEC AMM Nasiruddin at Nirbachon Bhavan today. He said the delegation discussed the law and order situation with the CEC. Azad added that the CEC was requested to ask the government to take all necessary steps to ensure a fair election. Gano Adhikar Porishad General Secretary Rashid Khan has urged the Election Commission to take measures so that the contestants from Awami League 14 Party and Jatiyo Party of 2024 general election cannot take part in the upcoming 13th general election. He said such individuals must not be allowed to take part in the next polls, as their participation would undermine the environment for a free and fair election. Rashid Khan made the remarks while briefing journalists after a meeting with the Chief Election Commissioner at the Election Commission building in Agaga today. He further stated that if the Jatiyo Party and the 14 Party alliance are allowed to contest in the upcoming polls, it would create an opportunity for the Awami League to reinstate. Therefore, he urged the EC to be cautious so that they are prevented from participating. During the meeting with the CEC, the Gano Adhikar Porishad demanded a ban on the organizational activities of both the Jatiyo Party and the 14 Party alliance. Rashid Khan added that no one should be allowed to participate in the election before their cases are settled in court. BNP Standing Committee member Nozrul Islam Khan has called upon everyone to work together in favor of those who will be nominated by the party. He made the call at a discussion meeting at the Institute of Diploma Engineers Auditorium in the capital today. Jatiyotawadi Shromik Dal organized the discussion marking the historic November 7th National Revolution and Solidarity Day. Martyred President Ziaur Rahman is an example for everyone, the BNP leader said, advising all to follow his ideals in the days ahead. Shromik Dal President Anwar Hussain presided over the event. BNP leaders, including the party's standing committee member Dr. A.Z.M. Zahid Hussain and Chairperson Special Assistant Advocate Shamsur Rahman Shimul Bishash were present. National Citizen Party convener Nahid Islam said that his party will announce the names of its candidates for the upcoming parliamentary election by 15th of November. He made the remarks today after visiting the family of martyred Ghazi Salauddin in Naranganj, who was injured in the July mass uprising and later passed away. Nahid Islam said that BNP chairperson and former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia will contest from 3 constituencies, and out of respect for her and others who played a role in the July mass uprising, the NCP may refrain from fielding candidates in those seats. Nahid added that the party aims to field candidates in all 300 constituencies and preparing to contest the election independently. However, if any party expresses solidarity with NCP's demands for reform and the July Charter, the formation of an alliance may be considered, he added. Nahid Islam alleged that the interim government has failed to ensure proper medical care for the July movement fighters. For this reason, the number of deaths among them continues to rise, he added. Ecosystem. The advisor made the call while distributing certificates of completion for an investigative journalism course at the National Mass Communication Institute in the capital today. He said that supporters of the Awami League are still occupying positions inside various media houses. Therefore, he emphasized that July warriors should be engaged actively in journalism and filmmaking to ensure balanced representation. The advisor stated that 300 to 500 July warriors and members of martyr families will receive journalism and filmmaking training through NIMC, the Press Institute of Bangladesh PIB, and the Film and Television Institute. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mahfuz Alam expressed hope that the ministry's initiatives in this regard would continue even after the next government assumes office. In the first batch, 16 July warriors took part in the 5-day certificate course on investigative journalism. Director General of the National Mass Communication Institute, Muhammad Mahbubul Haq, among others, were present at the program. State-owned enterprise Atlas Bangladesh Limited, operating under Bangladesh Steel and Engineering Corporation, has officially launched its own eco-friendly electric motorbike brand, Atlas EV. Industries advisor Adilur Rahman Khan inaugurated the ceremony this morning at the Tongi Factory Auditorium of the Atlas Bangladesh Limited. Speaking at the event, the industry advisor said that the government is committed to introducing environmentally friendly transportation systems and achieving the sustainable development goals. He added that the initiative by a trusted state-owned company like Atlas Bangladesh marks a significant step toward implementing the national policy on electric vehicles. Industry Secretary Mohammad Obaidur Rahman, Bangladesh Steel and Engineering Corporation Chairman Mohammad Anwarul Alam and Atlas Bangladesh Limited Managing Director Mohammad Ajibur Rahman, among others, spoke at the ceremony. Bangladesh Army has stressed that a credible and impartial national election will re-establish stability and public order. Brigadier General Diwan Mohammad Manzoor Hussain, while detailing the Army's arrangements for the forthcoming polls at a media briefing at Dhaka Cantonment today, mentioned this: 81% of missing firearms and weapons have been recovered and 73% munitions have also been retrieved. Brigadier General Diwan Mohammad Manzoor Hussain said Army has arrested at least 19,000, including teen gangs criminals in the last 2 months. In special raids, some top terrorists have been arrested. Arms and munitions have been confiscated at Dhaka Airport train station. The Army's explosive ordnance disposal team has neutralized more than 100 improvised explosive devices, he further stated. Some 27 injured July warriors are still undergoing treatment under Bangladesh Army, he said. Answering questions from reporters, Lieutenant General Mainur Rahman said, similar to the citizens of this nation, the military also desires for the polls to be administered within the framework prepared by the government. Once the election takes place, public order will be normalized. The senior army official also said some vested interests are spreading false and malicious propaganda against Bangladesh Army, but the army is now more united than ever and will carry out the responsibilities entrusted to it. He urged all to stay alert against smear campaign and rumor of the vested quarter. Moving on to international news.